Hi, I'm Fire Marshal Langan with the Edison Fire Department, and today I've been invited to read with you as part of the Edison Public Library's online reading program. Today, I'll be reading one of my favorite books, No Dragons for Tea. This book has a lot of fire safety messages for the home that you might be able to find. Let's get started. On a warm, sunny day at the end of last week, my mom and I went for a walk to the creek. As I raced down the hill in my little red wagon, I veered to the left and smacked into a dragon. I suppose he could see there was fear in my eyes as I jumped to my feet, quite filled with surprise. He sheepishly grinned and stepped out of the way, but he seemed so polite that I asked him to play. He had a cute bear and some other toys too. With my shovel and pail, we'd have oodles to do. We ran to the creek and then on to the bay, where we played on the beach for the rest of the day. Then Mom waved and said, "Now it's time to go eat. Let's pack the red wagon and head up the street." It's hard to stop playing with friends old or new, so I asked if the dragon can come eat too. Mom wrinkled her brow and squinted her eyes, looking up at the dragon's incredible size. I begged and I pleaded, then said, very sweet, "We won't make a mess. We'll be tidy and neat." So at last she said, "Yes, just this once I'll agree. You may have the dragon come over for tea." We had carrots and apples, thick slices of ham, with fresh homemade biscuits and strawberry jam, cold glasses of milk, and a great big dill pickle. But the pepper we sprinkled sure made my nose tickle. Then the dragon's nose twitched. He started to wheeze. His eyes misted up, and he blew a great sneeze. Uh-oh. Achoo! Well, we all know what happens when dragons achoo. Flames shot from his mouth and from both nostrils, too. Our tablecloth sparked and then burst into flames. The curtains that hung right beside did the same. The smoke alarm rang. What a loud, piercing sound. It meant, "Get out fast." So I dropped to the ground. The room filled with smoke as I crawled on the floor and started to make my way to the front door. The dragon got scared and decided to hide, but I knew when there's a fire, we must get outside. I grabbed his thick tail with one mighty tug. I pulled that big dragon from under the rug. I crept down the hallway and said, "Follow me. I know the way out. We must meet by the tree." So Mom and the dragon and I all met there. Then that silly old dragon went back for his bear. We ran up and caught him and wouldn't let go and said, "Listen, dragon, here's what you should know. Don't ever go back. That just won't do. We can get a new bear, but we can't replace you." Since the fire was burning inside of our home, we went to the neighbors to borrow the phone. Mom knew what to dial and said, calm and clear, "Here's our full address. Send the fire trucks here." Before very long, down our street they came sailing, with bright red lights flashing and loud sirens wailing. The fire crew rushed to start on their tasks. They were dressed in big boots and wore helmets and masks. They hooked up the hose and ran into the house, where they sprayed streams of water in order to douse. The table, the curtains, our lovely snack too, and it didn't take long till the fire was through. The fire chief called out the door with a shout, "The smoke made a mess, but the fire is out." My poor friend the dragon knew he was to blame, so he hung his head down and wept great tears of shame. One of the fire crew said, "Don't be sad. You knew what to do, and of that we're quite glad. You all got out safely. That's really what matters." Then she took us to see the big pump truck and ladders. The dragon put on a shiny red hat, and I asked to see where the fire crew sat. She showed us the siren, the hoses and lights, and ladders they climbed to reach higher heights. The rest of the fire crew checked all the rooms, while a fan in the door blew out gray smoke and fumes. Then the dragon and I, we sat down for a while. I reached up and hugged him. He gave me a smile. The next time the dragon and I want to play, we'll pack a picnic and go out to the bay. We're friends, tried and true, the best we can be. But I'll never again invite dragons for tea. Wow, what a great book, right? I couldn't even imagine being friends with a dragon. There was a lot of fire safety messages in this book. Did you find them? It's okay if you didn't. I'll go over them with you now. Smoke detectors can be very loud and scary, but they're in our homes to make sure that we're safe. We always have to remember that when the smoke alarm sounds, we have to get out and stay out. Once we get outside, we should go to a meeting place with our family. A meeting place can be our neighbor's front porch or a tree. This will let the fire department know that everyone got out safely. Once we're out safe, we should call 911 to report an emergency. An emergency is when there's a fire, or if someone's hurt and needs medical attention, or if they need a police officer. This is the only time we should call 911. Right now, we're spending a lot of time in our homes. This is the perfect time to meet with your family and conduct a home fire drill. With a home fire drill, we should practice evacuating the house from every room and having 2 ways out. This will help keep your family safe. Well, that's all the time I have for you today, but I'd like to thank the Edison Public Libraries for allowing this to happen and our friends at Edison TV for filming this. And just remember, always practice fire safety. Bye, guys.